Hi, this is Rosemary Mangum with Talking in the Closet, and I've been doing the women quarters. And I looked at the Helen Keller, and I saw it had like a different language right there, and so I found out it's Braille. So her name is in Braille on the back of the quarter of 2003, Helen Keller, and it's for the state of Alabama. 1819, and I was shocked, but it made common sense to put her name in Braille. I mean, to be able to read in Braille, it's a different language. Maybe to sign language, it's a different language. But they act like that's not a language. Sign language is a language, or it wouldn't be considered sign language. So I used to do sign language before I got hurt. So I spoke English, sign language, and a little Espanol. And so now I speak Grande Espanol, mucho peles, and I don't do my sign language the way I used to. And so I'm going to have to get back into speaking my second language, which was sign language. And I told you about the incident that I had, and people say, how in the world you don't talk to a deaf person? I'm like, really? You don't ask me how to speak to a deaf person? Your sign language. That's what sign language are for. That's what it's for. To speak to someone that's deaf. And they ask, how do you supposed to speak to a deaf person? I felt dumb. I really did, for them to ask me a dumb question like that. I mean, as a black woman and a black lady asked me that, I really felt dumb. I'm like, what? You don't ask me how to speak to a deaf person. I said, you signed to them. But these people wasn't deaf. They were just mute. They couldn't talk. But you still sign language to a mute person. Even though they can write down and talk to you with questions and stuff like that. But sign language is a very important language. Very important. And it should be taught as a requirement in education of the public school system. It really should. But I was amazed about this Braille on the back of this quarter. Now there's something. I wouldn't even thought about putting her name in Braille. And she read in Braille and she signed and she was blind. Ain't that something? So they were going to ask me how you read to a blind person? Braille.